Hello everyone, and welcome to another micromaster Transformers review. I'm following on from the last one, the Air Patrol, with the next one that came out that year, which is 1990, and this is the Construction Patrol. Again, this is an Autobot patrol. I'll do what I usually do, I'll go through their names for you. You've got Crumble, who's a crane, Ground Pounder, who's like an excavator digger, Neutro, I think that's right, yeah, Neutro, who's like a bulldozer, and you've got Takedown, who's a cement mixer. Now, quite a nice sort of different lot of vehicles in the alt modes this time, from the just sort of standard sort of car modes and that. So a little bit more variety in these ones. I'll start with Crumble. And as you can see, he's a mobile crane. His jib does go up and down and revolve as well. So pretty good. Yeah, not a bad little mode. Transformation again is pretty standard for micromasters. Just move the jib out of the way, flip over the cab section of the crane, bring the arm back down, and that sort of like just stays behind him. It's a bit kibbly, but I mean on the scale figure it's not really like much of an importance. And then of course you can move his arms out from the side, and as usual they've picked out a bit more face detail and body detail with a different colour paint. But yeah, pretty good, you know, nicely moulded all over for the different parts of his body. The sort of cab section of the crane is particularly well moulded, I thought, with the door details and window details and grills. And even on the sort of top there, you even got checker plates sort of moulding on the base of the crane mould, you know, the base plate of the crane housing. So yeah, pretty good little transformer. Often you find these missing their actual jib from the crane because it will come off. And obviously you've got to watch in case that hook's got damaged. But yeah, not a bad little figure. Next we shall have Ground Pounder, which sounds a bit more of a name you'd expect from an aircraft, to be honest. But anyway, they class it as a payloader. I mean, to be honest, I know it as a excavator. No, it's along the lines of something like a JCB, but a bit heavier duty. But yeah, not a bad little mode, and you can obviously see that the bucket goes up and down. Anyway, pretty nice little alt mode. Basic transformation as usual. Flip the legs round, put the shovel out to the back. He's a little bit kibbly in that way. He is different than a lot of other micromasters though. In fact, he's got a flip up head to reveal it, and of course you can independently move his little arms out from the side. And again, they've picked out some detailing in him, some black paint. Not as clear, not as good a head moulding as on some of them, but not bad. And you know, even moulded in little sort of fists for him as well. So yeah, not a bad little one, but a little bit kibbly again on this one. Next we get to Neutro, who is a bulldozer. Again, his shovel can be lifted up and down. Pretty good little alt mode, you know, nicely sort of like moulded with the tracks and like parts of the engine at the back there, all moulded in, and obviously all the windows in the cab, other than the back one, are painted in with black paint. Not that successfully on the front one, I have to say, but pretty good on the side ones, and they're the ones you tend to notice anyway. Now, for his transformation, you have to flip over, and it's not that easy to release it because the arms are sort of like connected to the back part of the treads on the legs. But you flip over his legs, flip the shovel to the back, which brings up what was like the hydraulic struts of the shovel, now become almost like little cannons, which is quite a nice little feature. And of course you can move his arms out, but that kind of like moves his cannons back, so it's probably best to keep them down to the side. It makes him look a little bit more menacing. gives him a little bit more of a feature as well. And of course, as I've moved up with the shovel, his head popped up on its own, because you do lift that up manually. But yeah, again, they've picked out a bit of detailing on him. A little bit mismatched on the chest with the moulding, but you know, again, this scale of figure, you're going to expect the odd little mistake, such as like with his windows. But he is a good little micromaster, this one. I think he's quite neat, although he's quite chunky. With all those sort of mouldings, like with the track mouldings and that, that's really a good little one. And now we get to the last of the construction patrol, which is Takedown, which, as I say, is a little cement mixer lorry. Pretty basically moulded on this one. Not a huge amount of detail, though it's nice they picked out his cement mixer drum in a different colour. Would have been quite nice if that had revolved, but then again, you know, these are little. To transform him, again, pretty basic. Pull out the double hinge joint in the middle, and that's pretty much him done. I mean, you can move his arms out as well, but there's not really a lot to him, and due to that great big cement barrel at the back, huge legs. Yeah, not the best out of this team. Not badly moulded as a robot, but again, a little bit of mist paint sort of applications there on the face. You know, like I say, you got to expect that on a figure this scale where you get the odd little mistake. But he's not the best ones out of this patrol. And as you notice, you get one wheel that moves at the back, and the other ones are solid. So you'll often find these scuffed with the red showing through. They've been a bit roughly played with. But anyway, that is the Autobot Construction Patrol. Hope you enjoyed that little review, and I shall see you again for another review. Thanks for watching.